Plague Incorporated is an iOS, Android and Windows Phone strategy video game, developed by one-man developer Endemic Creations. The player creates and evolves a pathogen in an effort to destroy the world with a deadly plague. The game uses an epidemic model with a complex and realistic set of variables to simulate the spread and severity of the plague. The PC and Xbox One version is entitled Plague Incorporated, Evolved, which includes adjustments and additions to gameplay. It has been downloaded over 25 million times and was a runner-up in the IGN Game of the Year 2012 awards for overall best strategy game. Overall, it was the 15th most downloaded paid iPhone game of 2012 in the US and the 5th most downloaded paid iPhone game of 2013 in the US. In February 2014, Endemic Creations released Plague Incorporated, Evolved, for PC, Mac and Linux onto Steam. The game continues to have an active community and is regularly updated. Gameplay. Plague Incorporated is a strategy simulation game in which the player controls a plague which has infected Patient Zero. The player can choose between various game modes, plagues and viruses, and complete the objective set by the game mode by evolving the plague and adapting to various environments. The objectives include, but are not limited to, infecting and killing the world's population with a pathogen, enslaving the world's population with the Narax worm, or converting the world's population into zombies with the Necrovirus. However, there is a time pressure to complete the game before humans, the opponent, develop a cure for the plague. The developer has said it is a bit like the film Contagion except you're on the other side. The game was inspired by Pandemic 2, a browser-based flash game released in 2008 by Dark Realm Studios. Development. In July 2014, Endemic Creations partnered with 20th Century Fox on an update themed as a tie-in to the film Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Players cultivate the film's simian flu virus, which kills humans while making apes more intelligent. Players spread the virus to eradicate humans while helping apes survive and advance. Release. Since the launch on May 26, 2012, a number of updates have been released. 1.0 Original version of the game. 1.1 Added iPad support, making game universal. 1.2 Added accelerated unlock and iCloud support. 1.3 Added Narax worm plague type. 1.4 Added genetic modification ability. 1.5 Added Necrovirus plague type. 1.6 Added speed runs and official CDC content. 1.7 Added scenarios including real-life diseases and altered world states. 1.8 Added mega brutal difficulty, 4 new scenarios and 3 new cheats. 1.9 Added the simian flu, a Dawn of the Planet of the Apes themed update. 2.0 Added Santa's Little Helper scenario and one other, harder AI and a completion menu. More achievements and bug fixes. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention appearance. In March 2013, James Vaughan, the developer of Plague Incorporated, was invited to talk at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention about Plague Incorporated. He spoke about how he had modeled the spread of infectious disease inside the game as well as how games like Plague Incorporated can be used to inform and educate the public. Following the talk, the CDC said that it was interested in Plague Incorporated as it uses a non-traditional route to raise public awareness on epidemiology, disease transmission, and diseases pandemic information. The game creates a compelling world that engages the public on serious public health topics. And Plague Incorporated. In the game the CDC gives updates on their version of a news banner and some achievements such as Patient Who, which involves the CDC hunting the Patient Zero. Reception. Critical reception. Wired.com cited Plague Incorporated as a notable independent developer success story as it bucked the system by staying near the top of the charts in numerous countries for the entirety of its existence, pulling in millions in revenue while competing with the big players. It was #1 paid app for both iPhone and iPad in the US for 2 weeks after launch. IGN said that killing billions has never been so fun. 2K said that Plague Incorporated will snag your attention in all the right ways and keep it there in December 2012. Plague Incorporated was one of 5 games nominated for Best Strategy Game in IGN's Game of the Year 2012, both for mobile and for all platforms. It also won the Player's Choice Award for Best Mobile Strategy Game of 2012. Overall, Plague Incorporated was the 15th most downloaded paid iPhone game of 2012 in the US. It was also the 76th highest grossing game of 2012. In March 2013, the game went on to win multiple categories of the Pocket Gamer Awards, including Overall Game of the Year. It was the 5th most downloaded paid iPhone game in the US in 2013. Pandemic 2 developer Dark Realm Studios initially complained on Twitter with IGN reviewer Justin Davis about the Plague Incorporated release, saying that the game was just an attempt to cash in on Pandemic 2.5, because of similarities in gameplay between the titles. The reviewer, though, wrote an article defending Plague Incorporated and saying theory a unregistered trademark no denying that it bears a close resemblance to Pandemic, but there is also no denying that it improves on that basic disease-spreading premise. Plague Incorporated developer James Vaughn also rejected the cash-in accusation. In 2013, Dark Realm Studios said they did not consider Plague Incorporated to be a clone and they regard the situation as a learning opportunity. References. External links, official website.